Welcome to the Accidents Happen podcast in the living room, formerly the media room. It is May 2nd, 2020, the year of our Lord, and still knee-deep in this coronavirus quarantine, and it's weighing on all of us. And maybe specifically, this is my guest today, Haden Block.
Hello, my name is Haden Block. Nice to be here today. Thank you for having me.
How are you handling the quarantine?
It's been better. You know, a lot of meetings over the internet, a lot of Zoom meetings, and getting frankly kind of sick of it. Got a week left. About 2 months in, got a week left.
Yeah, you're talking to a lot of realtors or clients?
Both. Yeah, a lot of training, just getting training over with, and because a lot of us were just working. We don't have time to like stop and sort of smell the roses and get things in order. So that's a lot of housekeeping, so to speak.
Yeah. For those listening, Haden is a realtor.
A realtor.
A realtor?
There's actually an I in it. So
there's not.
Yeah, realtor.
Realtor. Okay.
Anybody listening? Some say relator.
Yeah. Anybody listening, specifically Michigan realtors, that's the proper way to say it. So. Well, you know all the realtors will listen to this too, so you're going to promote this.
They're all going to listen to it, yeah. There's about 9,200 in Southeast Michigan, so...
Yeah, we call some big names.
We'll at least get 9,100.
We got B. Thomas, you know.
B. Thomas.
We got T. Raffin.
T. Raff, yep, he's doing it.
We got Scott Zzz's.
Yeah, well, he's okay.
He's okay. And then we got the King, L. Block.
That's... People like to think that.
Yeah.
You know?
So if he's the king, that means you're.
It's like the Wizard of Oz. You pull the curtain back, and you know.
He's pulling the strings
in the different color. Yeah.
And then so doing Zoom meetings, and I only done like 2 Zoom meetings, and I hate it. I don't want to.
It's not good. See, like when you first get started, it's a little weird, and it's like hard to get into. But once you get into like 3 or 4 meetings, especially getting the longer ones, it's sort of. I almost like it better because it leaves a little bit of a barrier where people they relax more, I think, when they have a little bit of a barrier between you.
Right. You can like kind of...
I know it's a very modern thing to say, but it's because like 10 years ago, people have been like face-to-face meetings are the best, which they are. I mean, they're really good, but I think that extra barrier kind of, I don't know. It's fun to explore, I'll say that.
Yeah, when you're face-to-face, you kind of, it's in the moment, so you got to kind of prep more.
You're live. Yeah, it's like you're live versus you got... I don't know. It's an interesting experiment because you can kind of see the wheels turn in a different way.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, this will bring a lot of people wanting to maybe do that a lot more than they did before.
Sure, and I think
the boomers are going to complain even more.
Yeah.
Like, these people just want a video chat. These people just want to text.
I think that's a big, we were talking about that the other day. It's going to be a big turning point because I think people are going to realize that maybe a lot of these businesses that don't necessarily need the overhead of a brick and mortar building, maybe they'll say, well, we've been doing this, it works fine, why don't we just keep doing it? So I think you're going to see a lot more of that. Commercial real estate prices coming down.
How's the home life during quarantine?
It's pretty good.
Be careful what you say on the...
Yeah, it's pretty good. No, it's fine. It's just,
Who are you living with right now during quarantine?
My girlfriend, Courtney, and then the 2 dogs, Ava and Bailey. And so... Courtney and I, luckily, we get along great, but the dogs can be a bit much sometimes, for sure, especially when they sleep in your bed every night.
They're large dogs, too.
They're big dogs, and I think they're getting a little too used to us being home all the time. Just a little too much because we leave for like 20 minutes and then they just throw a fit now. So, got to try to ease them back in, I think.
Yeah. You should just leave and go to a park just for 12 hours straight and just to condition.
That's a thought. And like we went to a park before and then we took them with us, so it didn't really do anything. But yeah, we got to start.
I'm sure Courtney loves
easing them into it. The dogs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just being around them all the time.
Oh, yeah. We both do. I mean, I love the dogs. Good. Even for her, sometimes it gets a bit much.
Sometimes you just want to go lock yourself in a room, play some Elite Dangerous, and
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Man of the house.
There's no secret about that. Sometimes I get home, I'll kick the dog, open a beer, go in, and I just lock the door so nobody bother me.
Fair enough.
Just jokes, folks.
Yeah. It sounds nice. I had a Walter over for a week and a half here, and that was good.
It brings a different vibe. It's totally different. When it was Courtney and I, it was great too, but it brings like a more jovial vibe to the house.
Yeah, and when you're on your own, living on your own, you kind of just get used to everything. But then when a dog comes in, do some unpredictable things. Like Walter, I'd be playing a game, he's just staring at me, just looks at me straight in the eyes for 5 minutes straight. I'm just like,
I think that really is the purpose of having dogs, though. Because I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, what really is the purpose of having dogs? And of course, it's like you love the dog and all that, but I think it's the entertainment factor. It's just like endless entertainment.
Yeah,
they're always doing some weird shit. They're always like, especially Ava, she's like a puppy still. She's always like gumpy. And
maybe they have no ego and they're not very self-conscious, so they just do whatever they want.
Maybe. Right, they don't care. My dog licks her asshole on my bed. When I get ready to go to bed, this is her routine. Courtney's dog, Bailey. I come in, the second I open the door, she sits on my pillow and starts licking her asshole. She's lapping it onto my pillow. Her tongue like scoops it and then laps it onto my pillow. And then, but the pillow I flip it over and then tomorrow the pillow forgets,
For her, it's just another day in the park, and she's like, oh, that just smells like me now, and then leaves, and that's it. That's that.
She's just she's just taking a shower before bed. To me, it's I'm sleeping in your ass juice.
Yeah, let's
is that appropriate for this podcast? I don't know. Is this rated R?
With Walter, I feed him food, and then instantly after he's got maybe like a little bit of grease on his mustache, he will wipe his face across the carpet, just like he's scraping it on. And then also when we come in from going outside, he'll like just look at his dick and just start licking his dick because he's just curious. He's like, oh yeah, I pissed out there.
Oh my god. Yeah, Ava. Well, okay. So one thing, Bailey, if you're eating food that she really likes, she'll just stand there and stare at you. But then after about 5 minutes, you realize that there's just gobs of drool coming down and hitting the floor. It just like creates a puddle. So you gotta like wipe her mouth. And then Ava, after she eats, she has this huge like crumb mustache, and she'll just come up to you and just wipe it right on you and walk away. Oh my god.
It's just constantly having a large baby with four legs in the house.
She's gotten a lot better though. She used to she ate part of my rug. And
the blinds.
Blinds, yeah. Oh yeah. She's countless shoelaces.
Property damage.
Oh yeah. I think I lost 4 pairs of shoes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Courtney probably lost 4.
You locked that shit away.
I've heard of worse though. I mean, I've heard of dogs that straight up eat couches and stuff. They eat like the corner off a wall or a couch or something.
Yeah, some dogs don't give a fuck.
They're nuts.
So, we got another person here in the studio, and maybe we can reel him in on this conversation.
Oh, hi. Oh, what's going on, bro?
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's like Tommy Bahama. So like I'm from like Venice.
Venice,
Beach.
Italy? Oh, okay.
Venice Beach, California. Yeah.
You ever been to Venice, Italy?
No. What's that?
They got some sick waves there. You might.
I like a wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tommy Bahama, like, is that your real name?
So like my name's Tommy Bahama. So like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Like my dad fucked my mom. and so like what that is like, so I don't know if you know how that works, right? But there's a penis, right? Okay. And then a vagina. Yeah. And so like you coitus. And then 9 months later they're like, oh, we better name him Tommy.
So you have the penis and the vagina side by side, and how does this work?
So they're side by side, right? And then you slip it in.
Where do you slip it in?
You slip it in to the butthole, all right? And then right at the end, you make a quick change.
Were you a butt baby?
Oh.
Kind of, yeah. So you like make a quick change at the end. And then they named me Tommy because that's what people do. They name their kids.
But their last name is Bahama.
Bahama.
So there's no tie into like the clothing brand or anything.
What's that?
You're aware of Tommy Bahama, like the clothing brand, like to make sandals. And
I don't generally wear shirts or sandals.
So that explains a lot.
Yeah.
What do you wear?
Generally some board shorts.
Do you like the netting? Do you go for the netting?
The netting is very important because, like, the netting, what it does is it like holds your junk in.
Yeah. Provide support.
And so it's support. Yeah. And I don't wear underwear.
How big is your junk that it needs to be held in?
How big? What?
How big is your junk if it needs to be held in by netting? By netting.
So like I put it on a scale one time and it came out to around 10 pounds. Balls and penis.
Have you ever seen a doctor? Like, do you get regular checkups?
Sometimes, yeah. I'll go to a doctor and tell them, I have back pain, and then get some marijuana.
But do they do like a physical?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Just next time, just tell them to give you a physical.
It's kind of like bloated.
Yeah.
And purple.
That's what what I'm getting.
It's equal like the balls and the shaft are both swelled.
Yeah, but the tips is kind of black, and then like it's blue along the rest.
Have you ever gotten frostbite? Like you.
I live in Venice.
Okay. Maybe you got stung by. You go surfing, right? I mean, this.
Sometimes, yeah.
Maybe you got stung by a jellyfish.
It's possible. Yeah,
but
I wouldn't even know.
It seems like if you got stung in the balls, though, you could just pee on it. It's just right there,
Yeah. I generally pee on my balls anyway, so.
Okay.
It's where it's stored.
Wow. So, have you had any relations with questionable women and/or men? Question mark.
So like sometimes, yeah. Okay. So like what I do is like, so I'm on Venice Beach, right?
Sure.
And so what I do is I ride a longboard. That's basically like a skateboard. A longboard. It's basically like a skateboard, but you make it longer, right? So
can you do an ollie on
it? No, I can't.
Can you do an ollie on a surfboard?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I ride my longboard around, and like I said, it's basically a skateboard but longer.
Sure.
I ride that along Venice Beach, and I sell marijuana. And if you don't know what marijuana is a plant, and then you put it up your ass.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I won't.
You put it up your ass, and you feel just better.
Oh, is it maybe just like, do you put the oil up your ass? I can see that working, but not just straight up nugs.
Nugs, yeah. So like I went to the doctor and I said I had back pain, and so he gives me marijuana and I sell them to people. And a lot of times they're using them wrong.
Is he the one that told you to put in your ass?
Yeah. Yes.
Did he do it for you when you were in the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know where this is originated.
This might be the reason, like going on to your other health issues, you may need a new doctor.
Do I have health issues, though?
You were telling me about your balls, and I just don't think that's...
Is that not normal?
I'm not a doctor.
Is that not normal?
To me, it's not.
Okay.
I would shop around for doctors.
All right, I guess.
Get a second opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
All right.
You might get double the weed, too.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
So you sell the weed that you get legally through like a dispensary, or?
Yeah, and so like when you sell something to someone, what that is like, and it's a transaction. And so, like, yeah. So, you see, like, you give them something, right,
mm-hmm.
and they give you something in return, generally money. So
do you accept other things than money?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you accept shady hand jobs?
Well, sometimes I need help getting the marijuana up my ass. Yeah.
So you payment for people to get marijuana is them putting marijuana up your ass.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just do it yourself?
It's just more fun that way,
Okay.
Yeah. And so, like, what fun is? Fun is like an emotion, right? And you feel it, and so it's a state of mind.
Name some fun things you like to do.
So like longboarding, and so if you don't know what that is, like longboards are like longer skateboards.
We got that before.
Okay.
It's like surfing on a sidewalk, right?
It's like surfing on a sidewalk.
Gotcha.
Does this trip you out?
That's deep.
Or is surfing like longboarding in the water?
We can't handle that right now.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you surf more than you longboard?
I don't really surf. No.
Okay.
No, not really.
Some people would think otherwise.
Yeah. No.
If you can ollie a surfboard, it takes a lot of practice. You must have done some surfing in your time.
So like surfing's in my genes. Yeah. So like I have like a pair of jeans and there's lots of surfboards on them. It's very cool.
But it's also in your DNA, right?
Yeah. It's also in my DNA. And so like what DNA is. So like DNA is it stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. And so those are like the building blocks of humans. And that's like where we come from. And it's the genetic code to tell us who we are.
Do you know about CRISPR?
I do know about CRISPR.
You know about
So like with CRISPR, they'll go in and they'll splice some of those genes out, and that's called genetically modifying someone. And it's pretty crazy, bro.
You think they should genetically modify your balls?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I think they did.
I think they already did.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Black
So,
tip, man. Something else.
So you come on the podcast. Do you have anything to promote? Do you have anything in the works?
Sure, yeah. So like on the weekends, generally, so like I'm what you'd call a guy in the chair. And so like a guy in the chair is in Southern California. I'm basically in the chair looking at all the CCTV feeds, right? And I'm talking to Southern California's Aquaman. They call him Aquaman. So like I'm the guy in the chair, and so I'm just I'm helping him out. So I want to promote Aquaman.
Wait,
You
I'm trying to
lost
follow
me
this.
right
CCTV of what?
Just around the city,
So you're like it's like a watchdog situation. You kind of have a feed into the.
Kind of, yeah. I'm telling him where the crime is.
This is like that part in Batman where he's got all the screens up and he's like watching for
Who's
Batman.
Batman?
Oh boy.
Do you know Superman?
Yeah.
You know,
He's the guy
Dark
that
Knight?
Superman fights.
The Dark Knight.
Ah, okay, right.
He's
So
a man- he's a-
Superman fucks Batman.
No. Well, I would not. I would say that's probably out there, but
That's
I don't know
probably
for
pretty
sure, but
dangerous.
I would bet the guess.
Batman is
Okay.
he's a superhero who is afraid of bats, so he became what he's afraid of, so he could overcome
his
his
fear.
fear.
Ah.
It's kind of like a symbol.
Yeah, just like Aquaman. So like Aquaman is this really cool Mexican American guy I know, and so like he used to run a taco
Jason
truck.
Momoa?
Who's that? So like
What's this guy's name that runs a taco truck?
so his name's like Martinez. And he's like just a cool dude, So he used to give me free.
His first name is Martinez?
His first name's Martinez.
What's his last name?
His last name is Jose.
Is he the actual Aquaman, or is it like just a nickname?
Well, he's not Aquaman. He's Aquaman. And so like,
He's Mexican, yeah.
and yeah, so like one day he was like, I've never been in the water, so I taught him how to swim.
Okay.
And so now he like hangs out in the beach surfing, and if someone pulls their junk out, if someone
Or if yours just falls out because it's so big. I'm
right,
guessing
if someone's smoking marijuana and not putting marijuana in their ass, things like that, dangerous things. He'll swim up onto the beach and be like, hey, stop doing that.
Can you say what is how does he call himself Aquaman, or is that just something that you say?
So like I call him Aquaman. He calls himself Martinez.
I want to reel back a little bit. So
Sure. Yeah.
when you put the weed in your asshole.
Oh, okay. We're going back to that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering, say somebody's smoking a joint, and you notice, and you're like, hey, don't smoke that joint. You're supposed to go in your asshole.
Yeah.
Should they put the joint in their asshole, or do they I don't. What's
You
the
can
process?
put it in whole if you want. It's kind of like
The joint seems like an easier way to put it in there.
It's like a capsule. So like if you ever have to take medication, I have to take it frequently for my penis
It's
situation.
suppository.
Yeah. So like how you take it in your mouth. Say you have like it's a pill versus a capsule. So like that's basically what it is. And if you've ever heard of a capsule is like a gel coating on certain medicines. So it takes about 45 minutes to get digested. Yeah. So it's kind of like that, but in your asshole.
That surprisingly makes sense. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very tiny.
Martinez Aquaman, does he have any like powers?
So his name is Martinez Jose, but I call him Aquaman. Yeah, so his power is like, man, he makes a great breakfast burrito.
What's he put in it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's yeah. So it's more of like generally being a good guy.
Honestly, if I had the choice between, like if I was an X-Man and I had the choice of being like, hey, you can punch somebody with super strength, or
That's
you have
dangerous.
a bomb breakfast burrito every morning, which would you choose?
Yeah, I'd go with the breakfast burrito, and that's kind of why I'm the guy in the chair for him. And my chair is actually it's a lifeguard tower. So we're both kind of just on Venice Beach, and by CCTV I meant like
You have the TVs up there?
I'm just kind of looking over the beach. Yeah.
So the world is your CCTV.
The world is my CCTV. Yeah.
You ever meet any women out there? I mean, I know we touched on that earlier, but
Uh,
How's your sex life?
Yeah, so like, there's some women out there, so they generally are like, they see the bulge, right? Yeah, and it's big.
That's the big selling point.
Right.
Do you think they see it
But
because
when
they're
it's pulled
concerned
out-
or because they're attracted to it?
Yes. But when I pull it out, it's generally a bad reaction, right? And then I end up just paying them to put marijuana up my butt. Yeah.
That's it.
Do you need women to do it, or can it be anybody?
It can be anyone. Yeah.
You're pretty inclusive. You're pretty.
Sure. Yeah.
It's very progressive.
It's nothing sexual. It's just.
You say
medicine.
that, but I don't believe you.
Yeah, there's got to be an element to that there, right?
It's medicine.
You ever put up your dick hole?
No, I don't. I don't do that.
If it's just a capsule, you just
Yeah.
like
So like I don't put the nugs up my urethra. Yeah, but I'll put the stems.
That's so much worse.
This might tie into the whole black tip thing. I have a feeling maybe this is tied into that.
I wouldn't.
Do you
think
have
so.
do you have a stem in there right now?
I feel, yeah.
Okay. So you get you kind of like it's kind of like you're doing it like regularly. Like don't waste stems. Put that into like a cookie.
Exactly.
But this time it's like put the nug in your ass, put the stem in your pee hole.
Yeah. Here, let me show you. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Here.
Please put it away, sir.
Oh.
They're really.
Oh, God.
It looks really
sake.
infected. It looks like it's oozing pus and just
it is doing that. Yeah.
Is that just how? That's just how it works.
That's just how it's always been. Yeah.
That means you're getting the good high.
You get that back. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Ugh.
Hashtag me too. Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna get me too.
That is,
Oh no.
I didn't ask for
Oh
that.
no.
Or you get mad,
No.
mad hug.
No. I don't want to get my dog.
Yeah. I had a question. No, it escaped me. Go ahead.
So during quarantine, how are you handling? You probably have a lot less people coming over to put nugs in your ass.
So like, what's quarantine?
Oh boy. So do you know about coronavirus?
Nah.
So coronavirus is a disease that it's similar to the common flu, but much worse. It's killing off people, and that's why everybody's. You probably noticed, like on the beach, there's a lot less people.
That's true. Yeah. A lot less crime. Crime's been great on the beach.
You
Yeah.
didn't
I think Aquaman's doing a good job.
You didn't wonder why the beach was so empty? You didn't have any concern?
I just thought maybe like there was an event happening.
That's the event. Yeah.
The event. The event is
Makes
not to come
sense,
to the event.
Yeah, well, I have no life outside of Venice Beach apart from
Are you
Why
homeless?
don't you?
Aquaman.
Are you homeless?
See, like that's kind of a perspective, right?
So you are.
So no, it's kind of a perspective. So like my home is the earth, and so everywhere's my home.
I kind of like that.
Do I sleep on the beach? Yeah, I do that.
They don't let you sleep in the lifeguard tower?
Nah.
They only set up a little cot or something?
No, I did
What about,
once.
what about where you watch CCTV? Well, that might be a better place to sleep.
So, like I said, like CCTV is just me looking over the beach. It's not.
Wow. Is that how you compartmentalize in your mind? You have sections of the beach and you can kind of see different.
Do you have your own Morgan Freeman saying, just setting it up for you?
Yeah.
He says, once this is over, I'm done.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm kind of him in that scenario.
Right. So why don't you, you ever consider branching out of Venice Beach? Maybe going to Laguna or Malibu or... I mean, I'm not very familiar with the area. Those are just the key words.
Sure, I don't have a car.
It's public transportation, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I don't have money.
You probably transport where you can stand up because you don't want to sit on those balls.
Right.
Sure, yeah. So, the farthest I've gone is about as far as I can walk before my balls start throbbing. Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's maybe 30, 40 feet. Yeah. So.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure, I can't speak for you guys, but I'm pretty sure this podcast has a considerable budget. Would you be open to the idea of maybe them floating you a little bit of money to get you somebody to help you venture out?
You mean they as in me?
I mean, I didn't know if you had a producer or whatever.
Oh.
So, I don't like handouts. And if you don't know what a handout is...
No, you pay it
You
back.
like hands in.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
ass.
sure, yeah. I don't like handouts. So that would mean people handing you money.
Yeah.
That's what a handout is. So
Here, I'm gonna give you some money right now. I'm gonna see what happens. Here's some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like you're going into shock right now. I'll put the money away. Here, I have some money for you. Can I have some weed?
Yeah. Here you go. Yeah, just make sure you put it up your ass.
All right, I'll do that later for sure.
Wow.
So now I have like $20, and so maybe I'll buy like an Orange Julius.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You want to buy lunch or something?
Sure, yeah, but like Aquaman usually hooks that up.
Oh, right. That's right.
Oh, so you being homeless, do you have a food source?
That's Aquaman.
You probably have. There's probably some water fountains out there, so you good.
Yeah, so like what I'll do is I'll take like a big jug that I found on the beach, and I'll fill it up with salt water, and then I'll let that sit in the sun all day with a bit of a canopy over it. And so that's like kind of what you'd call distillation. And so like distillation is like when you have water evaporate or something evaporate, and it leaves sediment behind. So like that's how I get my water.
This is very impressive that you know
Or
that.
Orange Julius.
But I feel like you can't be getting all your water from this. You got to be highly dehydrated.
But what about Aquaman? I would think that Aquaman would hook you up with some water.
So like Aquaman is a saltwater creature, and so
Have you ever seen him out of the water, or is he?
yeah, only when he's cooking burritos.
So when he's cooking, he's outside of the water. All the other time in his life, he's surfing.
Yeah, so he'll come out from the water and be very pruned up.
So he's probably. So go ahead.
No, it'll be very pruned up, and you have to be careful about touching him because he's so pruned up. You know, if you touch him wrong,
His skin's gonna fall off.
skin's gonna fall off. Yeah.
So he's been has so much time in the water. Has he had any encounters with sharks or? He's probably an exciting.
I'm pretty sure sharks are his friend.
Hmm.
Oh, he can.
They would almost have to.
He works with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't control them because he is just a Mexican American man. So he doesn't have superpowers because those don't exist.
Is he legally?
You just said he was a superhero.
Well, in my eyes, you know,
Oh,
and it's all a
that's
matter
sweet,
of
though.
perspective.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I like that.
Is he legally here?
Yeah, sure.
Are you legally here?
Yeah. The Bahamas are a long running family.
So you're originally from the Bahamas, the lineage.
So I'm from SoCal,
Venice Beach, right?
Venice Beach. Yeah.
I just asked the question for your. I don't want the whole story. I don't.
Well, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Are you originally from the Bahamas?
Yeah. So like, if you go back like 40 generations, that's a lot of generations.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Do they all talk?
You
guys
could
all talk
trace
the same?
it back to the Bahamas. So no. I talk very differently than my parents.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think that is? Well,
Are
yeah,
you-
I was
is there-
raised
so-
on Venice Beach, you know, so I
Sounds
kind of
like-
picked up a thing or two.
Sounds like you're a little like in pain all the time too. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yes, it sounds like you're in pain.
a little bit, yeah. But that's why I put the marijuana on my ass.
So okay,
Oh God.
I want to reel back to the marijuana. Yes, again, I got more
Sure,
questions. So if you put, you know how when you smoke weed, eventually you get a tolerance and you got to smoke more weed to get the tolerance. So you got to keep putting more nugs up your ass every time.
Yeah, so it started like maybe a couple of small nugs, right? Now we're up to, you know, throughout a day, I'll probably get at least an ounce up there. So, you
An
know,
ounce.
yeah.
So that's why it's actually a good transaction between selling weed and doing it because they got to really put work in.
Yeah, they're pushing hard, you know. Yeah.
Wow.
You
And
know
I
what?
don't clean up back there. I
They
usually
might
like
help
when I
actually.
poop.
Well, that's
so,
how you
like,
get. That's how it's cleaned up for you is them doing that.
Sort of, yeah. It kind of is absorbent.
How do you like figuratively when you have it up your ass? How do you catch the bowl? How do you?
So
That would
like
be my
just
question.
when I have to
Yeah.
shit, you know, and so when I have to shit on the beach, I got a little trowel, and so I dig a little hole, right, and so I'll poop, and like if you don't know, like pooping is like what you do, like when your digestive tract
Yeah.
has
I think we got that.
Okay.
I got a question though.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've seen on Venice Beach?
The
You gotta
craziest
not,
thing.
maybe not the crazy. What's the like if you had to think real quick of one that's you're like, wow, that was nuts.
So I saw two little people stuck on top of each other.
Like
Okay.
kids or
Yeah, little
chil-
people.
children.
Yeah.
What-
Yeah, well, little people is a different.
Do you know the
So
difference?
I can't
between-
really tell. I have bad eyesight.
Okay.
My eyes are sort of
So
milky.
so this
if you
goes
haven't
back.
noticed.
So this goes back
Do you
to
have
the
cataracts?
Yeah, I can't see a thing.
This goes back to the doctor thing. You may want to see an optometrist.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. And
I
I
can-
am a lifeguard, so
I'll make
I
you
hope
a
that
list.
doesn't.
Before you leave, I'll make you a list.
You know that being a lifeguard
Thank you.
doesn't mean doesn't save you from everything because it's it's a job that you only save other people.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So, but point is, I saw a little person, a child, I can't tell. They were stacked on top of each other, and they were trying to order marijuana from me, and act like they were adults wearing a trench coat.
You don't want to.
I see.
Yeah, be careful because you selling weed. It's not only selling weed, but it's also there's a sexual element to it.
Yeah, and so I can't have that. And so the
But
hard part.
You said before it wasn't a sexual thing, but you're saying now it is.
Are you okay? You're right.
Put that away, please. Put that away.
Okay, yeah. All right. Let's get that down.
So the tough part was here's the dilemma, right? Because if they were just little people, they're adults. I could sell them marijuana.
Sure.
But if they're two children stacked on top of each other,
that is a totally different.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Right. So I just peed on them and told them to leave.
Hold on.
How did you know they were two kids stacked on top of each other? You have bad eyesight. Did you see them get ready for it? Or
It might have just been a man in a trench coat.
were they walking kind of?
But on Venice Beach, that's suspicious.
It's very suspicious.
I
It's
feel
quite
you
hot.
on that. Yeah.
Quite hot.
Hot, yeah, on Venice
Yeah.
Beach.
Trench coat.
Temperature
It never
wise.
rains.
Oh, temperature wise, yeah.
Nah,
You're running dangerous waters here.
yeah. I pissed on them just in case they had jellyfish burns.
Yeah, but you didn't piss on yourself for when you.
I'll graze the balls, like I said earlier.
So you got to bend it forward and then.
It's really just kind of like a fire hose. I'm not bending it any which way. It's just kind of it has a mind of its own.
Huh.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that you say that they're like philosophical or just very thoughtful. I'll say. Have you ever thought about? Have you ever considered writing a book? Maybe.
So I have 3 novels.
You ever consider your own podcast?
So I asked you what you wanted to plug, and you plugged your weed business or something. I forget what you plugged, but you have 3 novels.
Oh, 3 novellas. And so like that's like a novel but shorter.
Sure. Yeah.
And they're all science fiction.
Interesting choice. Okay.
Yeah, science fiction.
Does it come with a dime bag of weed when you buy it?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it's actually within the book. There's a hole in the center of the book, where the writing will kind of go around that, so it's not like ruining the
There are
story.
instructions on there as well.
But there's a hole cut out inside of it, and there's a nug right there.
Does it have instructions on how to use the nug?
So book number 1 was a science fiction retelling of how you should put marijuana up your ass. And
That's
so
how the aliens
it was
do
kind
it.
of metaphorical,
Oh.
right? Yeah.
Mm.
So it basically went over like it's marijuana in this story becomes aliens, and humans become you, right? And so it's basically the moral of the story was put aliens up your ass. So
Have you ever had an encounter with aliens?
Yeah, many times.
Here we go.
In Southern California, legal or illegal, you can come, in touch with some illegal aliens. Some legal aliens.
Okay.
Speaking
Okay.
specifically about
Extraterrestrials. Have you ever come encounter
Extraterrestrials.
Yeah, like a UFO. You ever seen?
Remember the movie?
I haven't seen it.
Remember the movie E.T.? You ever seen any like shriveled up little men?
Yeah, but it's also kind of hard to tell because of my eyesight. So like very milky eyes.
Wow. Yeah, like an old dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh Jesus. You look much older. Like that's just the sun weather.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because you're
Not
constantly
the sun,
you're constantly outside because you're homeless and you're watching the CCTV.
There's a lack of hydration, a lot of sunlight.
The Earth is my home, so I wouldn't say I'm homeless. Yeah, but yeah.
Would you say
Very dehydrated.
if extraterrestrials came to the planet, would you say that's also their home?
This was actually a topic I broach in novella number 2.
You probably don't want to give it away.
What are the names?
Yeah, I don't want to give away the ending.
Where can folks find these books? Like, what do you search your names on?
So, like, the first one is called, like, a science fiction retelling of marijuana, so not very creative, right? It was more of
that's the actual name.
informative.
Okay. Right.
It's nonfiction.
Well, yes and no.
But you said science fiction.
yes, and no. Science fiction, nonfiction.
Oh.
So
That makes
It's like Scientology. Yeah, it's the same thing.
yeah. Book number 2 is called where are we in the world, and are there aliens who are coming here, and if there are there is it their home,
Those are the
and
important
other questions
Wait,
pertaining to that.
That's the title. It's on the front of the page. Just
Yeah, by
paragraph.
Tommy Bahama.
By Tommy Bahama.
Are there? I think.
You didn't go with
I
the
hope
pen?
I remember it. Right. Are there aliens among us? Are they here on Earth? And is it their home? I don't know. You decide. Let's see how this goes.
So just type that into Amazon.
By Tommy Bahama. Yeah.
It's very
So
vague.
you didn't consider a pen name?
Your
Your name is great. I'm just
well.
Do you have a section in the back with your photo and like a biography, a little like about the author?
Yeah, and that generally turns people off. I don't know why. It's maybe the milky eyes or the leathery skin.
You have leather skin.
you should be an actor.
Can you not tell?
Yeah,
I have
should be
tried acting before.
Like horror movies, thrillers.
I've tried acting.
No
So like I went to an audition, and so I was like on the couch. So they had me, disrobe,
Okay.
right, and then
Yeah.
that's where I kind of lost the
I know this is
audition.
going, yeah.
Nice up your ass.
So you had to leave Venice for that, though, right? So you did venture out a little bit
For what?
for the audition.
For the audition, yeah. Though I told them about the size of my member, and so they kind of met me in the middle.
Right.
But
Set up a special room.
it was kind of the black and blue nature of it that turned them off.
Right. Wow. Okay.
So novella number 3.
I guess I underestimated their screening process.
Yeah. See,
But novella number
They don't
3.
like
sorry
diseases.
to cut you off.
No.
What do people search on Amazon?
So novella
this
number 3
Okay.
is about the moon and like, are there creepy crawlies on the moon? Is there life, on the dark side of the moon?
Did you?
And so that's the title.
Did you contact?
It's called The Moon. Are there creepy crawlies on the moon? The dark side of the moon? Let's find out
You
together. What do you think?
So for your
By Tommy Bahama.
For your research, did you ever talk to anybody from NASA or talk to Buzz?
See, like, I talked to a guy who was pretty buzzed. But no.
That'll do it.
Not NASA. Not NASA.
Well, you're the person that was buzzed.
I was the person that was buzzed. I talked to myself. I'm mildly schizophrenic.
I don't think the weed helps things. I've heard that hurts that condition.
Yes, that's why I put it up my ass. See, it's better that way.
So what's the point?
Putting up the ass is the opposite of putting it in your mouth, so that will be the opposite effect.
So it tones down the schizophrenia.
I see. Perfect logic.
Yeah, the schizophrenia.
Yeah. This is why you're the novelist and I'm not.
Yeah, well, it just takes time and practice, I have a 4th book coming out soon, but I don't want to reveal too much.
Can you reveal the title? Give us a little teaser.
I'll give you a little teaser. See, the title is 2001, Was It a Space Odyssey? By Tommy Bahama. And so, just a little touch, on what is inside the book. I'll
give
read
us an
you,
excerpt. Yeah.
I'll give you an excerpt. So, see.
Expert.
And this one is told from a first-person perspective. So, Tommy Bahama character. He's the main character. So, I was sitting on Venice Beach. I saw a spaceship. The spaceship zoomed me up inside of it. Turns out, they also put stuff in your ass. Thank you.
That's it?
Thank you.
That's the beginning?
That's really
That's the
good.
beginning.
That's really good.
That's a sneak
I
peek.
appreciate that.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Wow. That's also science fiction, non-fiction?
So it's science fiction, nonfiction. Yeah. So it's nonfiction as such that like this book is about a dream I had, and then like
The
I
book
never really
exists,
woke up from it.
The
though.
dream
so it
exists.
seems like it might have actually happened. So science fiction, nonfiction.
Wait, you
the
never
fiction
woke up
part.
from it?
Well, the fiction part is like, I'll butter it up here and there.
Right.
I'll say they
Choose
looked
the
more
story.
like aliens or
Yeah.
something. The nonfiction part is like the fact that I got transported up into an alien ship.
Do you think it was just some people that kidnapped you and then put stuff up your ass and then drop you off the side of the road?
So like the process of going into the UFO, it was like I had like a black bag thrown over my head, and they kind of dragged me into what felt like a van, and so they took me to a secondary location. And there was some guy from maybe the East Coast, maybe Boston, yeah, and he said he was some kind of private investigator, and so he touched me in weird ways and then dropped me back off. He said he normally doesn't drop people back off.
Wow.
Because you probably had an interesting conversation that piqued his interest.
Yeah.
Or
So
he wanted that fourth book.
Well,
he's
he
like,
saw,
this book's got to be written, so I got to drop him off.
He wanted the fourth book, for one. I gave him all my other books. And he also saw the state of my genitalia. And he was not interested any longer.
Right, you got in for more than you signed up for.
Yeah.
Strangely familiar story. Anyways, so any plans? When can we expect a release for that new novel?
Sure,
The
like
fourth, right?
what's the year again?
It's
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
2020. Unlike my vision. So you can expect the fourth book to be released sometime around 2031.
So
I'm still
you
collecting
take a lot of
material.
time,
Yeah.
You're trying to get your sources right.
I would say you're kind of like George R. R. Martin, or you're one of those authors that I'm pretty worried by that time you might be dead. So
Yeah.
I
can
keep
see
people on
that.
the ropes.
Yeah. Well, the good news is 2031, as in 24-hour time format. So it's going to be about 8:31 p.m. Tonight. Tonight is when I'm releasing it.
Oh.
2031.
No, to be clear about that, because people can.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
It's going to cost somewhere around 200 to 300 cents. So around $2 to $3.
So when he asked you earlier if you had anything to promote, this didn't come to mind, or we had to sort of fish this out of you.
Yeah, well, I think Aguaman and what we're doing, that work on the ground, is much more important. And I'm thinking about writing a
word of mouth.
grassroots work. Yeah,
I like that.
And so that's like a metaphor for like grass. When it grows, it burrows into the ground or comes out of the ground, and so that's like grassroots.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about maybe writing a novel on that.
Grassroots.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but Martinez doesn't want the recognition.
You could write a nonfiction just about you writing the novels. It sounds like. I mean, it sounds like you got enough
That's
material.
kind of a
there.
good point. Yeah.
You could just change his name.
Like
Aquaman's a good enough
like
suit.
an autobiography,
Right.
of sorts. Yeah.
Sorts. You change some names, give some anonymity to
Right.
Martinez.
So my name would be like Thomas Bahamas.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That does work really well.
Wow, maybe that should be my pen name, Thomas Bahamas.
I kind of like that better. It's a little bit harder to fit on the front cover, but
Yeah.
You already have long titles to begin with.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm no expert, but they sound a little long. Yeah.
Not the new one though. 2001. Is it a space odyssey?
That one's actually fine. That one's
Are
actually
there
fine.
creepy
And other
crawlies?
thoughts about that.
But are there creepy crawlies on the moon?
But
The first
are there
novel,
creepy
yeah.
crawlies on the moon?
Yeah.
And are they on the dark side of the moon?
Yeah.
And did Transformers come up in any of that? Dark Side?
Yeah, so like page 1. Transformers.
They're the creepy crawlies, maybe.
Yeah.
Very
So-
Pink Floyd
so
references.
See, there's a lot of brick in the wall references on that book,
Interesting.
but no Dark Side of the Moon references. I thought that'd be too
So you know,
cliche.
another
Too
creepy
straightforward.
crawly on the wall or something like that.
Yeah. All in all, it's just another creepy crawly on the wall. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's a good place to close off. Do we have anything else to?
I just want to thank
Closing
you
remarks.
guys so much for coming out to Venice to record this. It was very nice of you.
Beautiful. Yeah. There's less people, but
Yeah, so I'll be keeping an eye out. If you get stung by a jellyfish, I'll piss on you.
good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody's in
There's
the
my
area,
gal
Some
now.
weed up my ass, I know who to call.
Martinez. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like, I'll give you, I can give you some weed. That's pretty much it. Read my books.
Yeah. I will. No, I will. Amazon, right? I'm sure it's on all the major retailers. Amazon, Walmart. Where can people find it?
So you can buy it if you come down to Venice.
Okay.
So there's like a taco truck there, and
In-person transactions.
Martinez runs that. Yeah.
Okay.
And so if you order a taco, you get a complimentary novella of your choice. So, as far as online retailers, just hop on Alta Vista. And you can search it up, and you might be able to find it on GoDaddy.com. The domain site that sells websites, they also sell novellas. Yeah.
Interesting.
So just hop on Alta Vista.
I hope it blows up for you. I hope this podcast helps. I'm happy to be here too. I appreciate it.
Yeah. If you have anything to
thank
promote, I want real estate.
Nope.
Nope. No. All right. Just promote that good life and that good quarantine.
Yeah, keep buying houses except for you. You know,
Stay soft.
Yeah.
All right. This is Accidents Happen, May 2nd. See you next time.